manual too, just because. Get the manual. Yeah. Let me make sure we're on here. Ready, live. And there we go. Awesome. Hello everybody, welcome back. It's time to finally start one of my favorite games on the entire N64 and the whole library, Banjo-Kazooie, and finally we come to a game lately that I've actually played before and I kind of know what I'm talking about, and, you know, I can get basically excited about it, and also one that has, like, you know, levels in it, Gesundheit, and like a finish and, you know, different sections and all that kind of stuff. So really, really exciting. I get all my literature in here. I have the manual to it. I don't have the box, even though it's one of my favorite games. I have some good boxes, so it doesn't upset me. I have the manual. I have the Nintendo Power from June 98, and I have the Nintendo Power Player's Guide, which is kind of beat up here. But I do have it, just as I have all the Nintendo Power ones. There are actually a bunch of guides for Banjo-Kazooie, but I only have the Nintendo Power one, oddly enough. I think the only game maybe that has more guides than Banjo-Kazooie on the whole system is Donkey Kong, because there's like a million Donkey Kong guides, and you need it. Yeah, and yes, it does say Game 1 is empty. That's because any self-respecting Banjo-Kazooie player goes and uses the Game Boy Banjo right there. So, but we're gonna start with the Game 1. So it's I didn't actually think about Banjo-Kazooie. I'm gonna start off, and I played this a while ago and did it before I had the guide. But I beat Banjo-Kazooie up until the point where you basically have the very, very last section, where you have to have like a ridiculous amount of notes and everything. And this game is so. The thing about Banjo-Kazooie, the only reason that I never like finish 100% is because you basically have to 100% it to be able to say that you finished it 100% of the way through. So that's really actually what I'm going to be going for right now, especially because I have a lot of stuff to help me along the way. Stuff I didn't have before. But here's the opening. For those of you who don't know, the story of Banjo-Kazooie is that Grunty, the witch, wants the cauldron to tell her that she's the most prettiest and the most attractive in the whole land, but apparently the one person that is more attractive than her is Banjo's little sister. So she's gonna kidnap her and switch places, or switch attractiveness. If I get a game over, which I probably will, and probably will let happen just for the sake of... Okay. When you get a game over in this, basically Gruntilda is exchanging her attractiveness with Tooty. So it turns Tooty into this, like, horrendous, like, monster of a green bear creature, and she comes out looking like, you know, a model or something. Yeah, I feel alright skipping this. So the first section of, What bottles? What? The first section of Banjo-Kazooie realistically is, Spiral Mountain, which is just the one place that's outside of Gruntilda's lair. Literally, if you start it at any other point, once you've entered Gruntilda's lair, it's just gonna start you off going inside there. So, Spiral Mountain is basically right outside Banjo's house, and it's full of very non-threatening enemies and stuff. And there's really no point to it if you're familiar with the game, because there's two pieces of honeycomb, which is your health bar and will extend your health bar and you go get them, but mostly it's not really worth sticking around and making a lot of time out of this part 1 video. I don't really care, Bottles. I know all the moves. Just trying to skip. Oh my god, I don't care. Yeah, basically that's the idea, is every time you run into a Bottles mole, he'll teach you a new one. It's weird. Oh shit, do I have to? Or else you won't tell me? Oh, that sucks. I'd like to skip this, ideally. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Big fucking carrot. Great. I just realized they make you do this. I totally forgot about this part. Whatever, I guess we're gonna do the tutorials because you kinda have to. Never mind. Oh my god, stop. Because like even when I jump with Banjo, it doesn't let me hold it. Which is annoying. Okay, I have to go through all this and learn all the moves. Yeah. Yeah, the rat-a-tat. Now that's some good stuff. I love the rat-a-tat actually. There you go. It looks so weird, but you're gonna use this move like so much. It's like some people probably never use this ever when you're playing, but this is probably one of like the best moves in the whole game is the rat-a-tat. Boom, right there. Alright, so I guess I pretty much have to get the honeycomb because other than that, I'm not gonna have any of the fucking moves. That's annoying. That's shit I forgot about. Thank God. Beak barge. Good stuff. Beak barge is one you use all the time too. Blast right through these motherfuckers. It's one of those things, like, at least you get to listen to, the Spiral Mountain theme the whole time, which is, you know, like every, Grant Kirkhope, track from this game is fucking great. God. I think this is probably gonna be the first game I've played here. Well, Diddy Kong Racing. I don't know if he did the music for Diddy Kong Racing. You probably had a hand in it. I have to look this up now. Grant Kirkhope, like, basically one of the best video game composers ever to me, because he composed the music for all these games. And the one that I know, basically starting off with, is Banjo-Kazooie, because it's all these different like things and like. You alright?
Fine.
Okay.
I just knocked a bunch of stuff off.
Grant Kirkhope though made, you know, basically did all the music for this, kind of in a sense like the video game equivalent of like Danny Elfman, in the sense that he's like, he makes the tracks that are like, you know, not just upbeat but like kind of goofy sounding. You know, like Danny Elfman is good for like cartoons and stuff because of that. But Grant Kirkhope, like, you can hear it in the sense that like music is a huge theme of all of Banjo-Kazooie in particular. Like, Rare likes to have good music, but Banjo-Kazooie is, you know, the characters' names are Banjo and Kazoo. You know, they're literally themed around music, but all the character voices, which are fantastic and have their own like little sort of, yeah, they all have their own like little timbre to them, like when they talk, so they're basically getting around the need to have like voice acting, but also giving every character their own like additional sense of character by having the little noises that they make when they talk, which is, you know, special kind of brilliant. And all his great music comes up in, like, you know, Conker's Bad Fur Day is probably his magnum opus, if you will, because not only does he make, you know, a bunch of great tracks, but he goes like so like far out there because everything about that game is so far out there. So of course he created the Great Mighty Pooh one. He wrote that song, but he also wrote one of the overworld tracks, basically with like all fart noises and everything like that. The one where you go down in the sewers and interacting with like the dung beetles and shit. There we go. That's what I wanted. That's what I was like wondering about the whole time. It's like, oh my god, why am I not jumping right? I also like to point out what I'm drinking is not beer. What? Thank you. It's fucking Smirnoff Ice. The special red, white, and blue that they did over the summer. Today is the first day that I should not have been allowed to drink it, but thankfully it's my last one. It basically tastes like a rocket pop. And today being the first day of fall, I was like, oh god, I gotta get through the rest of these. Oh god, I forgot what you said. Oh, that one. This one. Oh, that one. Very useful move. Sweet Jesus, thank you. Oh, I have to use this one. There we go. Boom. Fuck you, onion. We haven't even gotten one of my favorite tracks that is like present throughout the entire game once we enter Gruntilda's lair for the first time. There we go. Jinjo? Oh, extra life, that's what that is. Wait, why would there be Jinjos? We haven't gotten to that part yet. And like, there's one right there. That's one of the great like things about the musical tracks in this game. Like, I've gone underwater, and not only do the music tracks become slightly muffled because you're underwater, but they also change to a completely different timbre of voice because now you're underwater and they're sort of being played with like that. Not quite a xylophone. I think maybe marimba is a better approximation as to what that is. I know, it's fucking brilliant. I'll pretty much never shut up about the music in this game. Like, the music in this game is one of the reasons that it's so enduring to me. Like, as far as like it being one of my favorite games, like there are very few other games in existence that I will like rave about the music on and on about, like without even talking about gameplay or anything else. So, and of course I talk about how much I love this game and that it's my favorite game, and I totally forget that I have to do this fucking part. Totally intended to go right into Grunty's lair and start taking on Mumbo's mountain. It's fine, we don't need to watch that whole thing. Basically, just trying to change yourself. There we go. But if you didn't notice, I'm sure everyone did, but she speaks in all these like rhymes that are very like the most corniest, like cheesiest rhymes you could possibly imagine. Everything she says is in that, obviously. It's cheesy and lame, but also like that's kind of her character, is to be the cheesy, lame witch. Nope, pictures out here. But here we are inside Grunty's lair, and we're currently listening to the bass version, basically of. No, it is down here. Where the fuck is it? Of course, I think I know where everything is while I'm trying to do this, so I can just like keep blathering on it. Oh, see, it's right over here. Oh my god. Then I'm gonna be like, nope, I'm totally wrong about where that is. Yes. Thank you, Bottles. Boom, right there. And Mumbo's Mountain's open. Hooray! Ah, funny. Alright, and here we go. Off to the races. We have to make sure that we stop and find Bottles and give them the new moves, but the new moves are pretty much mandatory for me to get everything done in this level anyway, so. Alright, so that's where the pad is that brings us back home. Or not home, back to Grunty's lair. Fuck you, boy. Alright, first thing we have to do is head over the bridge and grab all these notes.
Grab all what?
Grab the notes!
Grab these nuts.
Is that all you do? No, you literally do a million other things in this game. But the notes are important. The notes are very important. So, here's where we get into the point of this being a collectathon, something that even Rare decided later on that they wanted to make fun of themselves for making this genre of game, but it's kind of a lost art form. Something that was also run into the ground by Rare themselves when they did Donkey Kong, so it's their own fault, pretty much. But anyway, it's a collectathon, so basically it's a platformer with all kinds of different worlds and everything. In each world you have like X amount of objects to collect of different varieties. So in Banjo-Kazooie, I'm gonna leave some out, I'm gonna forget, but let's say right here, there are in each world notes. There are Jiggies, there are Jinjos, there are honeycomb pieces, which are your health, there are Mumbo tokens, there are eggs, there are gold feathers, there are red feathers, there are... Am I missing some? That's the majority of them, I want to say. This is the anthill, so this doesn't matter. That seems to be most of them, I think. Oh, there are Banjo extra lives, which, you know, will pop up every here and there. But the thing about Banjo-Kazooie is that they all serve a very important purpose, and it's not like you lose track of stuff. Hey, look, I got a Jiggy. Yep. Laying basically out the groundwork. Jiggies and notes are both separate entities that you need to progress through Grunty's lair and unlock new areas until you get to the end. The notes, there's a tricky thing about the notes that I don't know if people necessarily recognize right away when they start playing this game. The notes thing is not a cumulative total of how many notes you've gotten since you've been playing. On each world there are 100 notes, and your total every time you start playing that world is reset, so that you only get credit once you leave the world for the highest total of notes that you've gotten in one run. So if you've gotten 75 notes in one run, you don't start over and start from 75, even if you're collecting all the same notes that have respawned. you need to pass 75 to have that added to your total. Otherwise, you just have 75 forever. That's just how that rule works. It's kind of clever because it basically, all the notes are always in the same place. Like this hillside right here is always gonna have the notes on each little ledge every time you restart the level, if you lose a life or if you leave the level and come back. So these will always be here. You could choose to collect these, or you could choose to get your total higher by collecting other notes elsewhere in the level. And they'll all count the same, but basically they'll only count if you have the highest total that you've gotten. And it'll rewrite what you had before. Some people may or may not have needed that explanation, but if you're not familiar with this game, it's something that you definitely need to understand about the notes if you're gonna watch and say, like, what's going on here. This is Conga. He's a dick. He throws oranges at you, and you need to stand here and let him throw them onto the little tiles. Haha. And I stole your treasure, you stupid bastard. Maybe you should stop throwing oranges at people, and then people won't steal your stuff. Dumbass. Here's Chimpy. I actually forget about Chimpy. It's not the piece that I remember. That sounds suspiciously like Donkey Kong. Rare pretty much only had so many different sound effects. Oh, there you go, right there. Conga being his own, Conga being his own character. Once you enter his little area right here, the music starts to change. And as soon as you walk away from him, it's back to normal. So it's just more like the tuba-esque sound making of the music instead of the wind. I need to find Mumbo tokens and then find Mumbo. Mumbo is the wizard that you may or may not recognize from the cover of Banjo-Tooie, where he finally gets like a, oh, I have to ask Bottles about this first. Beat Buster. So he showed us the whatever the fuck it's called when you do it from the ground. But there's sort of like a ground pound move that we're gonna get right here to bust through the top of these huts. And even nice enough to, like, yeah, there we go. And just for the record, the notes, because they're important to your run, the notes won't disappear when they explode out of these huts. Nor will the eggs, I assume. Most positive. Eggs. Boom. Oh, what? Just a fucking asshole bursting out of this hut. Yeah, so the last one is going to be about shooting the eggs. There's the Jinjo! Jinjo, I don't necessarily know the backstory with the Jinjos, actually. But they're another, there's so many of us in each level. There's 5 of them in each level. And there's a Jiggy. If you collect the 5 of them, they're kind of the easy, I will say that they're the easy one to write if you're rare at this point, because they're like, alright, where are we gonna put these Jinjos? That's one Jiggy done with right there. We have to put the Jinjos around. Then they have to figure out common places to put the Jinjos, because this is a game that's all about exploration, and so they put Jiggies themselves in places like the eye hole of Mumbo's hut. And you just go up in there and grab it using your new flippy move. I don't remember the names of the moves. Notes. Mumbo's got notes. I need to find 5 Mumbo tokens, though, before he's gonna let me change into the ant. Not enough tokens. 4 more tokens. Maybe. Yeah, that's actually kind of clever. I like that. Yeah, Jinjos are just like Jinjos are magical creatures that like combine together and they form an actual Jiggy, which has in and of itself a sort of magical power that opens doors. Maybe that would have been like Gruntilda's plan. Like maybe she is the one to turn them all into. Well, either way, whatever it is, Gruntilda probably was a dick to the Jinjos at some point, and that's why they're all like scattered all over all the maps inside her castle, waiting to be rescued. Cool. I'm up to 94 on the notes, which means there's probably just like 2 more spots of 3 notes. Make sure, because these were actually 3 notes each on these little platforms here. That I don't know about. You could try it though. Boom, there we go. Oh yeah, and since that's the 5th one, they just show up and there's one more Jiggy. We got to 6 of the Jiggies on this level, 94 of the notes. One thing I need is Bumbo tokens. I got 2. Okay. This bull, from what I remember, was... Yeah, I can just punch him in the face. No, okay, none of the Jiggies have anything to do with him. Let's see. I bet, you know what, there's Mumbo tokens. Nope, those are eggs. Still am gonna need the eggs though. Eggs, 1 Mumbo token back here. There we go, up to 3. I forget. Oh yeah, we get to... Nope. What was your deal again? Chimpo. So this is kind of what the majority of Banjo-Kazooie ends up being when you play it or haven't played it in a while. It's just running around making sure that you're not missing anything and that you're ready to do the next thing. I have, like I said, I have to find the last molehill so that I can... What the fuck? Thank you. To find the last molehill so that I can ask Bottles how to shoot eggs, basically. Unless, can I just ask this one again? This seems to be the appropriate area. Nope, I did that. Alright, let's just speed things along here. Let's just check the little map that we've got. This is why I have this. So the last 6 notes are going to be inside the anthill anyway. So apparently I can get up to those platforms. Is that for real? Huh. There's also a little... Yep, that's a honeycomb piece up there. God damn it. Like, I want to go get that, but I don't want to, like, go back up there just yet. There will be another chance at that. Look at how the fuck I get up there. That's Nintendo Power, not in the guide. See if that helps. No, that's even less helpful. Suck a dick. Yeah, the bowl doesn't matter. Oh. That's why. Oh, there we go. That's all I had to do. Give it to him. There you go. One of those things, like, there's a lot of stuff in this game that, like, you don't think of, and that's kind of like your first example right there. Is like, I would not actually have thought of it, even though I've played this before. I wouldn't have really thought to go climb up that tree while he was still up there. Cause realistically, you'd think he'd just like push you right off, but I guess not. That's not the idea. All right, and then once I get right up there, now it's all coming back to me. Ask bottles how to do things. You're gonna tell me how to shoot eggs, and I get to fire them right at Conga and knock him off the thing. Yep. Yeah. 100 eggs. Yep. Shut up. Oh yeah, he gives me free eggs. Like, it's an egg I bought from home. Oh. One. Oh, fuck you. And I missed. Get him. Yeah. Yeah. Jesus. I didn't really do anything to you. You're kind of still up there. You can just stay there. I mean, considering I just shot a bunch of eggs at you and you're still standing up on the perch. Yeah, you probably still won. Boom. That opens up that. Gruntilda's lair, Jiggy. There we go. We're up to, that's 7? Or that's 8. There's one more Mumbo's token. Oh, he's still gonna throw oranges at me. If I wanted to see a man throw an orange, I'd have taken the orange throwing class. Let's see. Give me something. No, no! Aw, damn it. want to get that honeycomb. Honeycomb's big. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not small. No, no, no. How big is the honeycomb? Alright, let's get it good. Do this. God damn it. No! No! Ah. Alright, third time's a charm here. Let me get this. Go slightly left of what seems right. Of what seems correct. Back up the hill. Right here. Is that it? No! No! Son of a bitch! This is... I feel like they specifically made it so that I can't just check first with the camera. That still seems shitty to me. Yes! There we go! Alright. You got one more spot on my health bar. Awesome. And you know what? Now that I realize that I can climb these trees, which is a skill that I kind of forget about until it becomes super obvious to me when I have to, like, go and steal oranges. It seems appropriate to go up all the trees and see what happens. And kill this motherfucker. I don't actually know what that's supposed to be. Alright, stop. Ah, yes, and I get to do this. 1, nope. 2. No, it was in there. 3. And there's a Jiggy. And let's just check real quick. Where's the last fucking Mumbo token? Oh, it's inside there. So I have to go in the anthill. Or apparently it's termites. They're termites. Inside the tower before I come back as an actual termite. Yeah, there it is. I remember this now. Ah, shit. Do this. Grab it. Alright. Let's go see Mumbo. And he'll turn me into a bug. I can meander around the bug place and chill with all the bugs and take care of Jiggy. Take the Jiggy!
We're not just slightly
Oh, I pressed B. They don't seem to understand the magnitude of the situation wherein wherein I require their Jiggy. Jumpy. Alright. It's good hang time on him. Hey! I know, they're really nice shorts, right? It's the best thing about turning into all these different things is that it's still they still maintain like Banjo's outfit. God damn it. It's weird, I can't see the next platform. It seems like I'm supposed to go up through the... Fuck you. There. There. There we go. There. Fuck! I'm already getting used to the jumping for Banjo again, and then the termite jump is actually just way different. Oh my god! Plus he's right up against the ceiling, so the jump has to be perfect. At least from the angle. Oh, come on! This should not be that difficult. They're getting suspicious. I can't even get to the top. That was my fault. I messed up the coyote distance. Or the coyote, whatever the fuck it's called. I just heard about it being an actual term. I knew about the existence of it for a long time. The coyote space. Basically the, what the fuck, dude? Treat another termite like that. Coyote space is the fact that, like, in platformers you get extra space at the end of a certain platform to take your jump. Hey, look, I finally did it. Jesus Christ. Why was that so difficult? And here we go, it starts again. Oh yeah, I have to grab these. Notes. I know, the backpack's even better than the shorts. And I've got all the notes. Boom. Oh my god, you're kidding me. Get. Good. Good. Eggs! What does the termite need with blue eggs that are clearly not termite eggs? Extra life. Jiggy! Now we have to go all the way back to Mumbo's and have him turn me back, and then I can leave. This probably should not have been the last thing I did. Then you realize you have nothing else to do. But of course the thing is, you can't do it until you find all the Mumbo tokens, which are like 1 in 5 different unusual locations around the map. So, I guess you kinda have to do everything else first. Alright, and that's Mumbo's Mountain. Let's go back. We'll grab that Jiggy off of the top part of it, in Gruntilda's lair. Nope. Actually, I kind of want a Talon Trot. I use Talon Trot all the time, because it goes slightly faster, I think. Alright. But the 100, yeah. That's the sort of, like, short in-game explanation of the notes thing. Oh, shit, right. God damn it. I swear to God, I did this the last time. I did this the last time, too. You have to go outside the map as the termite to get the Jiggy. Fuck. Things that you don't really expect that you can do when you actually, to the point that you actually forget you can do them. As soon as I failed to do it with the Talon Trot, it all came running back. I'm pretty sure that this is the right thing. Leave the map as the termite Banjo. Come on. Alright. Go up. And we got a Jiggy! Hooray. And go back in so I can get turned back. Making the cute little woo noises. They're pretty adorable anyway, even when he's a bear. With the little, sounds like a little child. Turn me back. There it is. Fucking textures blended together on me. Yeah, save and quit. That's good. Cool. So that's Mumbo's Mountain. Game is saved up to this point. Got all 10 Jiggies, plus the 2 from inside Gruntilda's lair. I got all 100 notes from Mumbo's Mountain. Just where you want to be at this point in the game. I'm gonna play, you know, use my guides very, very closely because I very much need them. Oh, by the way, this is the game over screen because you save and quit before you finish the game. I'm gonna use my guides very closely so I can, you know, not miss stuff. So that I can get to that point when I reach the end of the game that I can actually go through the rest of the game, like the very, very end, the real ending. Because it's important to me at this point. Fucking Mumbo with the flower. But yeah, this is one of my favorite games, and I feel like I'm not up to speed with it at this point because I haven't played it in a little while now. But once you get back into the groove of everything, I mean, I already did all the Mumbo's Mountain run the way I should have, even though I had to check the guide a couple times. But that's it. I'm going now. I'm leaving. Thank you for watching. I'll be back next time after a little bit of Jiggy collecting.